minimum wage. That is the cocoa now. I mean, everybody minimum wage. Hey, minimum wage. Do this one. Do that one. Labor no agree. Government no agree. And I don't know what labor they wait for. They are supposed to resume their indefinite strike. China 5 days they give government, and government is not doing anything. Government is only proposing 62,000 naira. Labor is saying 250,000 naira. Government not even say they reach 100,000. They are pegging it at 62,000 naira. Waka more than the governor of Anambra State, Soludo. I don't like giving that. See that governor, I don't like him. And I go show the reason why I don't like him. It don't open the mouth now talk about this minimum wage. You're gonna listen to that, you go be like, see they make sense. But you know they make any sense. And I go prove it to you, say you know they make any sense. The way where him take analyze this thing, if you were seated under the sound of his voice, you go say this guy they make sense. And government is right. But to wash or make any sense. I'm gonna prove here now. I go prove him to owner so that owner go understand. Well, let us listen to what Soludo have to say about minimum wage. When labor they ask for 250,000 naira. They say they cannot pay. State government say they cannot pay. Federal say they cannot implement it. All of them are crying. Whereas what they used to collect before as state allocation has tripled, if not 4-prod or 5-prod. Omela times 4 or times 5. It has been times 5, times 4 or times 5. But they cannot pay. Listen to Charles Soludo and what him guys talk about this discussion on minimum wage. Watch.
You know, discussion about minimum wage is a very emotional thing. The worker is saying, my wage can't take me home. And they say, numerous what he needs. Nobody is talking about productivity. Nobody is talking about ability to pay. Nobody is, and part of it, as I said during my presentation here, is the lifestyle, the impression that we gave from the public, this thing that all is well. They see those convoys of 30, 40, 50, can you tell him you cannot pay this much? Then they say, wait a minute, no, if a member of National Assembly can go home with this, why not? So, and we have all these parallels. I said, sometime I wish that we'll pay everybody minimum of 1 million. Okay? 2 million, 5 million even. I wish. But the reality is, you bring the numbers and put it on the table. We must make distinction between a minimum, national minimum wage and discussions about civil service minimum wage, because there was a confusion as if the discussion was a negotiation between government and labor. No, as Governor Fashola mentioned, SMEs, I think you mentioned that statistics, employs about, I think, 49 point something million. That's what I had. They are the largest employers. And I will leave you with this thought. I was talking with a farmer speaker. He's a former speaker. And I asked him whether he can pay, and what we were gisting there. I will give him a microphone to say it, what he told me. Whether he can pay, what he can pay in his own farm. I spoke to 9 small, medium enterprises in my state. 9. And the response by these 9 is interesting. None of them knew that the conversation was about them. None of them. In fact, one of them said, let them pay it now, let them. I said, no. What is being discussed is what you will pay. Say, no, not us. Okay. I'll tell you the conversation. 2 of them in particular. One happened to be a proprietress of a private school, and she has 26 staff. The gardeners, the cleaners, the gateman, the driver, the this, and so on. And I said to her, so how are you going to cope with this? He said, no, it doesn't pertain to us. I said, no, that once it becomes law, that's what you must pay And you know her response? He says, in that case, they can come and close the school. Or he said, do I know how much she pays the head teacher of her school? They are talking 60. He said, in that case, if she raises the school fees enough to be able to pay that all the children will run away.
You hear him? It's a bit talk now. Oh yeah, all first class graduate. He's a first class graduate, so it's a bit talk. If you don't know your matter, if you're not deep rooted in the issues where him they talk about, you go believe him or you go say, hey, this guy, you know what they talk. You start to take pain time. Say people think say, hey, this minimum wage is just about the government and labor. Say na lie, you say everybody is inclusive, including SMEs. SMEs na small and medium scale enterprises. All these people will be say they set up their own businesses individually. We don't get anything to do with government. You understand? That their workers are not civil servants, they are just on their own. Civil servants are people they work for government now. True. That's how you be now. Say it include everybody. Both who they run bar. We get workers inside bar. Both who get construction sites where they hire laborers. Say it concern even who they carry block for where they build house. See, the minimum wage it concern everybody. Say it's a universal discussion that is not only about the government, and that people should know what they are talking about. And you see the instances that he gave there. That people don't even know what the discussion is all about. They thought it's only government and labor. That it involves everybody. So far, say you are an employer of labor. Say you don't employ like 15 or 20 people under you upward. From 20 or 15 upward. Say you employ labor. Say the same is that law, if passed, is binding on you. So non-able block, like people that are carrying block on site, serving beer for beer parlor, or doing any other menial job, say their employers are also entitled by law, if it is passed, to pay minimum wage of 250,000 naira. So now, let us even assume that what Soludo said is right. And if this law is passed, it's covering everybody, both civil servants and those that are doing skilled and unskilled, both skilled and unskilled laborers and civil servants. Let me put it that way so that you people understand what I'm saying. It covers everybody. Let's assume that this is the case, or which might likely be the case. I don't know. But Kaiga go do with common sense. Currently, what is the minimum wage? 30,000 naira. Aware. How many unskilled laborers inside this country? How many people they carry block for site, construction site? How many people they do all these menial jobs? They employ them to do menial. How many of them can 30,000? How many of them are earning 30,000 naira? How many of them? Those they are employer. How many of them are paying 30,000 naira? And how many of them have been prosecuted for not paying 30,000 naira? Could they prosecute them? Nobody. Soludo brought up that issue so that he can whip up sentiment from every angle to prove a useless point. Government, people will hear it. Pay civil servants minimum wage. Leave SMEs alone. Who can pay? Make it pay. You know if you pay, make it not pay. Like their business it pay. With our money, we are saying with our money. Our money where this country gets now, the money that all of us, we call it commonwealth, belongs to everybody. Pay. Leave people that are doing their businesses alone. If they can pay, let them pay. Oh, now where they collect our money, civil servant, government where they collect money, they pay civil servant. We are talking about civil servants now. Pay. Don't come and be making useless arguments. It's our money. At a time like this, when inflation is up everywhere, you say you cannot, and you're receiving times 5, times 6 of what you used to receive before as state allocation, and you say you cannot pay. Pay. When you pay now, these other people that you're calling and say they cannot pay all this. By the time this money now don't enter the system, it go help, it go distribute, it go reach everybody's hand. When they talk say we are suffering from inflation because there is too much money in circulation. Where is the money? You hold the watch me now. You hold the money. Now them hold the money where they inside circulation, and then they cause the inflation. They know what make the money reach our hand, and now why they don't want to improve this minimum. Give us the minimum wage. Now we go share and we go reach everybody. They make useless arguments. Yeah, laborers or skilled laborers. Yeah, everybody's inclusive. And if you don't pay, you are liable to go to jail. Rubbish. People that have not been paying that 30,000 naira minimum wage from these SMEs that you're talking about now. How many of them are in jail? How many of them have been tried? The bottom line is pay civil servants minimum wage. Kachiko. That's all you be. I'll go see on later.
For centuries, the Ijele has been a revered masquerade in Igboland, a predominant tribe in southern Nigeria. The Ijele is a grand spectacle that commands respect, awe, and celebration. Today, Innoson Vehicles brings you the Ijele in a new form. A majestic, robust, and monolithic pickup truck designed to leave an indelible mark in the annals of automotive history. The Innoson Ijele is equipped with a powerful 3.0 L-turbo engine and 4WD to conquer any terrain with ease. Make way for the Innoson Ijele, Innoson Vehicle, the pride of African roads.